This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. This is taken about 7 yards deep. On 1st and 10, Lauletta to Barkley on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
No. Check. Patriot. Gun. Detroit.
On first down, it's Lauletta. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now it's Lauletta. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Dion Lewis, a first carry for the expatriate across the 30. To the 31-yard line.
Run. That's a good shot. Check, get the right.
Second down, Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On third down, Mariota escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. He's got a man, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 59 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. A first down carry for Barkley. Shoves him off at the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. Past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. This is first and goal from about the 8. First and goal, Jonathan Stewart. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Here's Lauletta. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's third and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. He hits Stewart in the flat, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Caught right side. It's Lewis. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kerry Wynn in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Dumps it off to Lewis. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And you remember pre-draft, there was a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Following the interception here, Mariota flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And he's got Decker, left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the shotgun, it's Mariota going underneath for Lewis. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
From the gun, Mariota. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
To throw is Mariota. Got him in right side. It's sharp. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Mariota now. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And Suckup will put this one right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's now the Bears leading by a couple of touchdowns in that one. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
A final shot before the break for Lauletta. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And the Titans getting set to go. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. Well, usually you don't think of the quarterback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Mariota to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And Lauletta just beating the play clock. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
From the gun, here's Lauletta. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start off with a give to Lewis. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Mariota on 1st down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 33 and a 1st. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Gone. 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 Gone.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. It's Barkley on the counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They go play action here on first down. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second down, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. And it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Caught right side, Davis. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. Mariota now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Again, it's Mariota. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Mariota now on second down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Mariota. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. Fourth down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kareem Martin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Detroit! Detroit!
A toss out to Barkley. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Alex Laletta eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Alec Ogletree coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Caught right side. It's Lewis. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he locates Walker, complete. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Mariota now from the 50. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Mariota going deep for Walker. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. It's caught. Decker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. The 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. And he fires one incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff to Barkley. And he's got this one down to the 10. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Giants on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is up to 18 now. Rosas now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Escaping the pressure right.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Giants, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.